Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzing Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. Welcome back to part 2. Welcome back to BJ. Sir, how the devil are you?
Good, man.
You okay?
Everything good? Yeah.
I'm really good. How's the chicken fried rice been?
Hey, every Saturday morning for the past 10 years, man.
10 years?
Yeah,
chicken fried rice every Saturday morning.
I look forward to it. It's the only Thai food I eat, man.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Now, if you missed part 1, in part 1, BJ very kindly shared his experience. I mean, he's been here 53 years, was
50
it?
years.
50 years. Seen it, done it. Even his mate chopped down the tree that was originally in Walking Street. I mean, do you know what I mean? But anyway, that was back then. So have a look at that video. There is a link down below. Fantastic. Now, today, I want to talk to you a bit more about you, about things that have changed over the years, things that you've implemented yourself. I mean, you've been married 50 years in the world's biggest entertainment zone.
Right.
Hat off to you, sir. Hat off to you. You know, and obviously about your family, about how they're interacting now with your hotel. I mean, it calls this a small hotel. We'll talk about that in a minute. And about the hash, you know, you do introduce that.
Yeah.
So let's go back to day one. You came here, you met your wife.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Well, I met my wife. She was a singer in a nightclub in Bangkok. That's how we got started. And then I heard about a job coming up down in Pattaya, you know. So I moved to Pattaya with her, and Federal Electric Corporation, the contract, and it lasted 3 years. And by the time we lost the job, we had the bar. We opened the bar in 74, gotcha. July 74. And it went pretty smooth at first. And then after a while, then the military started coming periodically. And it was really good business then, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was a good run. We had 25 years in the bar. We closed in 99.
25 years.
And we had the guest house on the north end, where the Holiday Inn is now. We had that for 23 years, right? And in 2005, we had to move out of there, so we opened this hotel. We bought the property, built the building. And,
what was here when you looked at this place?
Nothing. It was just a dirt lot.
Just a dirt lot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, what a foresight.
Yeah, we had to move somewhere, so my wife picked this. And it was the...
So you met your wife, she was a singer in a nightclub.
Yeah.
I mean, 50 years, mate, what went wrong?
Well, I'm not sure. We had 2 kids in the process. Jenny and Jackie, the older one, Jenny, she runs the hotel for us now.
Okay, so she's here now.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And the younger one, Jackie, she's in San Diego.
Yeah,
she decided to be an American, I think. So.
Oh, okay, she didn't fancy the Thai life.
But I made sure they had both. They had passports, they had Thai ID, you know.
Yeah.
They speak both languages fluently,
wow.
You know. Yeah.
Wow, because you're a Thai citizen as well, aren't you?
Yeah, Thai, well, resident.
Resident, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, fantastic. So, do you get to see your family much? I mean, obviously you got your daughter, but your other daughter, does she come over?
No, she doesn't come very often. You know, I haven't seen her in about 10 years. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I haven't been home in at least 12. You know, so.
So if I was to go and speak to your wife right now and say, okay, here's your one chance to tell everybody what's his worst habit, what would be your worst habit? She'd say, do you know what he does all the time and it drives me mad? What would it be?
Get out of work. I don't want to work, man.
You don't want to work?
No. When I was in the Air Force, they nicknamed me Skate. You know, Skate Jones, you know, the sergeant in charge, he'd be handing out the duties and he'd say, hey, where's that guy? You know, where's that guy Jones? And I'd already left you.
Well, it worked.
It worked.
It worked. You're here and you live in the life that many of us are dreaming about.
Living in paradise, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're here now. I mean, obviously you got the hotel. I mean, tell me a bit about the hotel. I mean, like you said before, it was just a plot of land. I mean, now it's an established 52 rooms.
Yeah, 50 rooms.
50 rooms.
We opened in 2005.
Yeah.
And like I say, business has been really tough for the past couple of years because of the COVID.
Yeah.
But before then, we had no problem. We always had full up. You know, we had people coming from all over the world. You know, and, just regular customers come every year. You know, and it was good. But like I say, COVID hit and that destroyed everything. So.
Do you miss the bar life?
Not really. You know, we closed that bar in '99, and I really think it was a better thing for me. You know, because like I said, I've had so many friends lose their lives in bars and. You know, and so here I am 20 years later, so I'm still going, and it's a good thing. Man.
But the thing I find amazing is when I'm talking to you, is you're like, oh, you know, 97 we did this, you know, 91 we was doing that, 2000. I mean, you're talking like these are just like casual dates, but they're like 20, 30, 40 years ago. I mean, does it ever hit you and think you really have been here like 50 years?
Once in a while I wake up to the fact that I'm 78 years old, you know. It's hard to believe, you know, but anyway, we're talking about the golf before, you know.
Yeah.
It was 1975. a buddy of mine suggested, hey, let's go play some golf, you know. We'd had the bar for a year. And I wanted something to do, you know, right? So we went and played golf at Siam Country Club.
Okay.
Now, just last week, they had the LPGA, the Sony Open for the ladies.
Indeed,
you know?
they did, yeah.
Yeah, they've got 4 courses now.
Yes.
But when we went there in '75, it was like a cow pasture. You know, 300 baht for a round, 100 baht for the caddy. You know, nowadays you can't get into place for less than 3,000, and that's as a guest of a member.
Wow.
Yeah.
3,000?
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's
Just
over
to
the
get
top.
in?
Just to get in, yeah. It's over the top.
Wow. So when you were playing your golf, what was your best? I mean, I know before we spoke about this one.
No.
He's a cigar and a hip flask man now.
That's
But
right.
back in the day, what were you?
No. I
Still
played
the
for
same?
fun then. Same thing, man. Same thing. Only for fun, not competitive.
Fantastic,
You know?
fantastic. Yeah. I mean, we touched on a minute ago, and I'd like to talk about this because I think people ignore this fact. You know, you mentioned earlier you've lost a lot of friends, and you know, unfortunately, I've seen in the short time I've only been here, like living here 10 years, coming here 13.
Right.
You know, there was a period of time when we were unfortunate enough to see a lot of people, you know, decide to that was it, I'm out of here. I mean, how often did that happen through your lifespan, where you saw people just drink themselves into oblivion or lose reality?
I've seen it many times. You know, it's just like I say, people come here and they have a problem, they get into the drinking and drugs, and the next thing you know, they're dead. You know, it's just either that or they kill themselves, jump off a building, this or that. You know, hang themselves. It's mind-boggling. You know.
Yeah.
But if you come here looking for trouble, you're going to find it. You know, that's Thailand. You know, if you come here and try to get along and observe their rules and regulations, and you shouldn't have a problem. You know.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem.
It's a beautiful place, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
And
living a dream, man.
oh, for sure, absolutely. Every day.
Every day.
And one of your routines is you're a bit of a beach road fanatic, aren't you? You walk up and down with your little.
Yeah,
where's your Rottweiler?
Yeah,
Little dog out there.
I don't want him in here right now. But I got to walk the dog every day at 4, you know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
But it keeps you active.
Keeps me active, yeah.
If you didn't have the hotel, what would you do?
Well, I have no idea. I never expected to do this, you know. Yeah.
I mean, I want to show you in a minute, guys. In fact, I'm going to get. Can I go and get the book? Is that all right?
Yeah,
show the book
it's
about the
okay,
hash.
fine.
I mean,
Sure.
You mentioned about the hash. Just bear with me, guys.
Yeah.
So these books here. I mean, you've got Thailand Timeout, May 2005.
Yeah, that's when we moved over here.
You know, 2005. We got another one here. Volume 7,
June.
8, yeah,
June, yeah.
And I don't know if you guys can see. I'll put some links in the description below. But here's some of the literature, and I mean, this was in Thailand. Thailand Timeout, is that still going? Is it finished now?
No, I think they were finished. Yeah.
They finished
shortly after that. Yeah.
And it says, barely visible, a dot on the map. Bill Jones fell in love with Thailand, was at first sight. That was way back in 1967. I was born in 1967. 4 years later, his affection became more focused when he discovered Pattaya. He hasn't looked back since.
Yeah.
When you look at these kind of articles about you, what goes through your mind?
Well, some people say, "Oh, you're iconic," you know. I looked up icon, and it's a rare painting, and I don't feel like a painting, you know. So.
But you are iconic because I've got to say, you know, I mentioned this before. A lot of people in the channel, a lot of people have been emailing, hey, listen, if you've been down to BJ, go and speak to this man. You know, he's forgotten more than most of us know.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, but when you show these kind of articles, I mean, you know, what's this machine room here?
Well, I was on a microwave station, communications.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I did for 3 years.
Right.
We had a microwave station. They had a circuit that went all the way through Thailand, over into Laos, Vietnam, back to Cambodia, and then back into.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And this young lady here?
That's my wife. Yeah.
Well, no wonder you married her.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not silly. I mean, you done all right there. And there's you just chilling out on the beach.
There it is, man.
Eh?
Some people think that's Tom Hanks.
To be fair, you're not far wrong there, are you? And the picture here with you on the motorbike.
Oh yeah, I had a scooter at one time. Yeah.
When you were here in the early days, was there a lot of motorbikes here, or was it few and far between?
No, that was considered a big motorcycle back then.
Really?
Yeah, that was only a 250 or something. You know, back then they only had step throughs. You know.
Yeah. Whereas nowadays it's hard to find someone without them.
Oh yeah. Harleys, everything here now.
I mean, when you walk around the city centre, do you think, my God, what's going on?
Oh, it is. That's why I say I don't go out a lot, because it just blows my mind. You know, it's just too much going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in this magazine here, there's a poignant point in here. What's the
at the back?
At the back, is it?
Yeah, the back.
There we go. The man with Lady Luck on his side. I mean, do you think you've been lucky?
been too fortunate.
Too fortunate. It says, last month we saw how Bill Jones discovered Pattaya, then a tiny fishing hamlet, quite by accident. To explain how he survived and prospered through 3 decades of dramatic change, Bill tells how he put his trust in Lady Luck.
Lady Luck.
So what was your trust? What was your angle? Was it like just take it as it comes and live day by day? And
I don't like an agenda, you know.
Yeah.
You don't make a plan because plans never work. You
Gotcha.
just go with it and go with the flow.
And you got some great photos. I mean, these obviously, this is your family when they were young kids, and now they're a little bit older.
They're grown, yeah.
And there's a picture in there. If you look at this picture here, it says BJ Disco. Is that tech? I don't know what that says.
Discotheque, yeah.
Is it discotheque?
Yeah, we had a bit of a discotheque one time on Soy BJ.
It looks like a swimming pool.
This is the bar.
Yeah.
This is the old bar originally.
And
that was in '74 when we had the first flood.
In '74,
Yeah.
and of course, in true Thai tradition, the rain is coming, and you flooded.
Oh yeah, 74 and '83, they were the worst floods.
I was going to ask you what were the worst floods you've experienced?
Yeah, the worst ones I ever. Yeah.
Really? In what way?
Yeah. Well, there was a river going through South Pattaya in '74.
Yeah.
Literally a river, you know.
Wow.
And I saw trees, huge trees, you know, 40, 50 foot long, going down this river out to the sea. There was a cement mixer at the Siam Bayshore Hotel, and it was probably $1.5 million baht or something. Mm-hmm. And this thing was out in the ocean about a kilometer. The water was that strong, it took it out in the sea. Mind-boggling. Yeah, it was crazy, man.
But
yeah.
I think people that have never been here don't appreciate when when you're talking about that, about the flood. I can completely relate to that because I've seen the roads here become rivers. People that are watching this that have never been here will just never understand exactly how torrential the rain is and how quickly the roads change. Do you remember when they dug up Beach Road and they put all the tunnels in?
Yeah.
That didn't work, did it?
No, nothing works. You know, they've been doing it for years and years. You know, a friend of mine said, they'll be digging up streets in Pattaya when we have a colony on the moon.
And now we've got this book here. Now this is More and Then Some.
This is the Hash House Harriers.
1984 to 1999. Now you were instrumental in setting this up, weren't you?
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about that.
We started, there was a few friends in town, a German couple, and we thought about creating a hash here because they had a chapter in Bangkok. And the Grand Master there, Tim Hughes, he's dead now, but he came to me and asked me to set up a chapter here. And I wasn't big on it because I didn't want to have to operate the thing, you know, myself. So I got a few friends together and we set it up. That was in '84. And we sweated blood to get 10, 15, 20 people out for a run on Mondays.
Yeah.
And now you get 50 plus every Monday, you know.
Yeah.
It's mostly Scandinavians now, but
you'd have to have a crowbar to get me to run around in this sun.
You know, we had the Interhash after a year and a half. In fact, we started it in '84, and we were only in business for a year or so. And then they said, we're going to have the Interhash, International Hash, the 5th International Hash in Thailand. And we want to have it in Pattaya. What do you think? And I said, great, I'm okay with that. So they allowed us to do it. We laid 15 runs. We had 3,000 something people here. There was 55 different countries represented. They stayed at the Deuce. It would have been the first big event of international substance, right? And we had Lam Morrison playing. We had 2 container trucks full of 66,000 bottles of beer in these
66,000.
It was all gone by the weekend's end, man. We had three days and it was all gone.
3 days you drank 66.
It was the best business that we ever had in my bar. It was three deep at the counter. We had white ladies behind the counter serving beer. You know, it was insane. People from all over the world, man. We had a BBC band, telecommunications, sitting out front, waiting for something to happen so they could broadcast it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
and did you ever run yourself? Were you a runner?
Oh yeah, I ran every one. I ran over 100 runs before I gave it up. I just couldn't get behind all the silly stuff that was going on.
Yeah. So you stopped running now because you can't get your cigar and your hip flask.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I take up golf. You took up golf.
Yeah, you can ride in the cart.
Amazing. What I'll do is there a link to this? Do you think? I don't know if there is. Okay. So what I'll do, guys, if you want to have a look at this. There you go, More and Then Some.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description. Have a look at that. And are you in this picture?
Yeah.
Where are you in there?
Yeah, somewhere. I'm not sure.
There's a lot of people there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in there for sure.
You're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, he's
in the
hiding
back
in
there.
there.
I'm looking at it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Right, so
somewhere
I'll
like
show you the picture now. Have a look at the picture,
Anyway.
and you are the fourth person in the top row on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
How old were you there? Young enough.
Well, I was in my 40s.
In your 40s,
Yeah.
well, fair play.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You know, they've got 3 or 4 different hashes now. They've got the Monday hash, they've got the bunny hash, the dirt road hash, they've got the woods run. I don't know what.
Yeah.
They really got carried away with it. It runs out of the Buffalo Bar now, I think. You know,
on Third Road?
Yeah, that's where they go every Monday.
I thought people ran into there, not run out. Most people want to go in the Buffalo, but not leave it. In terms of in things like chain, I mean, obviously, you know, you've been here 50 years. I guess the question I'm going to ask you is, what was Songkran like back 50 years when you first came here to what it's like nowadays?
Well, back then it was just a tradition that you have a cup of water, you ask a person permission and tip a drop or two on their shoulder, but nowadays it's pull out the water cannons and the water hoses and everybody gets wet, you know, whether you like it or not. And before it was only 1 day celebration, and now it like goes from the 13th to the 19th of April.
Yeah, why did they do that? Why did they
Well, the
give you
13th
reason?
is the original date. That's
Is it?
Songkran, you know, and then it goes throughout the provinces, you know, over the next week. And the 19th is Pattaya, and they go nuts in Pattaya on the 19th. But nowadays they go nuts every day of the week from the 13th to the 19th.
They do, it's crazy. And they get
insane.
the water
I hate it,
bowsers.
yeah.
But now you can even, if you've never experienced Songkran, what we're referring to is the water festival. It's the Thailand's New Year celebration.
Crazy.
And basically it's a festival where they throw water at each other and powder and all this kind of stuff. But there's a significant changes. Ice cold water.
Yep.
You know, the big blue bins you see as you walk around, they empty them out, fill them with water and ice, and then of course the water bowsers, they go up to Mapachan Lake, suck the water out of the lake, come down here, and like you said, there's guys with cannons just blasting you in.
I've seen them suck the water out of mud holes on the street and hit people with it, you know.
Yeah.
But you can tell the day after Songkran, you know, you see so many people with patches on their eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, from the dirty water and all the the powder and stuff.
So I guess you hibernate when Songkran's around?
Oh, I stay home all day long. I don't go out anywhere.
Do you travel much?
No, I don't travel enough. You
Really?
know, but yeah, I haven't been home in 10, 12 years. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care to go anywhere. I'm happy right where I'm at. Why would I want to leave, you know?
So I know you like to keep yourself to yourself and you're not out there and about, but have you got any one particular place you think, do you know what, that's my favourite place here in Pattaya, I'd like to go there? Have you got like a favourite restaurant or a favourite bar or somewhere you'd like to sit and think, or is this your favourite place?
Hey, favorite place is home, man.
It's home.
Yeah.
Fair play.
I just don't like, I'm a homebody. I don't like going anywhere, you know?
Yeah, well, that's each to their own, my friend. Not an issue with that. You mentioned earlier about the Dusit. What was the Dusit like back in the day?
The Dusit. Well, when they opened, it was the Grand Palace, I think they called it. They didn't call it the Dusit.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was an amazing hotel. They had like a water park or something inside after you passed the lobby, you know. And then when the Dusit took over, they took all the ducks out and all the fowl and whatnot and the water, and then they filled it in and they made like a garden out of it now.
So they had ducks in there?
Yeah.
Really?
When they first started, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's incredible thing they have ducks in there. What's that all about?
Yeah.
Are you into ducks? You've got a duck pond back home or anything like that?
No.
One thing I'd like to ask you, you have literally forgotten more than everybody that comes here knows. You know, you've been here a long time. We mentioned in part one, they even named Soy BJ after you.
At this age, it's easy to do.
Well, I mean, guys that are coming out here, if I was to get someone to say, right, you're going to get off the airplane, and before you go anywhere, before you do anything, you're a newbie to this city, you've never ever been here before, I'm going to take you down to here, sit him down like we're sat now. What would you say to him?
Well, you know, a lot of guys come to me over the years for advice, you know, and I try to give them my best advice. And normally they wouldn't come back whether it was good or bad advice, you know, and let me know, right, you know. But I always tell them, you know, be careful with offensive language to the Thais. Don't make them lose face, you know, right? And I repeat a quote from Rudyard Kipling, and it was from a poem he called The Aryan Brown, which means the Asian brown. And he would say, it's bad for the Christian's health to hustle the Asian brown, for the Christian riles and the Asian smiles, and he weareth the Christian down. And at the end of the fight, there's a tombstone white with the name of the late deceased. Here lies a fool who tried to hustle the East. And after I give them that advice, they see it a little clearer, you know.
That's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you say that.
Yeah.
That is very powerful.
Yeah,
It is
I
very
heard that
powerful.
in 1974 when I opened the bar. I wrote it down, I memorized it, and I never forgot it. And I've told many, many guys over the years, every time they come in here for the first time, I let them know.
And I think, you know, those guys, you know, watch it, have never been here before. And guys, if you've been here before, you know, drop down some comments, you know, how did you find your first time? Because what people don't tend to realise, I think, is they don't appreciate the Thai culture. Even though we're in a party capital, there are
That's right.
still boundaries, there are still limits.
It's their country, man. I'm just living in it, you know.
Well, you've been here a while.
Yeah, hopefully I'm going to stay here a while longer.
I hope so too. I want to come back in a couple more years and chat to you again. It's fantastic. I mean, over the years, you know, you've been here. Is there any time in your life you sat back and thought, you know what, I wonder if I'd have lived somewhere else, what you would be doing these days?
No, I wouldn't be
Have you always
alive.
been cemented here?
Yeah,
Always?
yeah, always. Ever since I got here, I knew when I got here, this is where I was going to stay.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of?
Yeah. Well, it's just, you know, I settled down. I found a wife, and next thing the kids came along, and we had the bar, and, you know, one thing leads to another, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I never made the effort to leave, you know. I don't want to leave. For what? When you think about how messed up the world is today, you know.
It is in a bit of a mess.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you go. There's problems everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
They got problems here, but it's their problem, not my problem.
Do you enjoy a drink?
I have a black Russian occasionally,
Black
you know.
Russian. So you're not into your Leo, your Singha, or your Chang. You're not into
No, I'm not a beer man.
You're
No,
50 years
Can't
you've
drink
been
beer. No. It's like Thai food. I can't eat
Yeah, I
it.
know. Well, you've got your chicken fried rice. Yes, it's chicken fried Saturdays, that's it.
But I like the Jamesons. You know, I do that on the golf course, you know.
On the golf course.
Yeah.
So the round is really not a round, it's a round of that.
Oh, it's enjoy. It's social hour, you know, for me. You know,
Brilliant.
tell jokes, laugh, enjoy. You know.
Can I ask you a question? When's the last time you ever stepped foot inside an go-go bar?
God, I can't remember. I think it was the TQ when Airhead had his 50th birthday. I'm not sure.
And the reason I ask you that is because I think to myself, imagine walking you into somewhere like the Windmill or Kink or some of these places that are very well renowned here for certain activities.
Yeah.
And I think, I wonder what you would make of that, because you know, you've been here so long, I can imagine saying, what on earth?
Well, the one go-go that we did have, I mean, the pinup girls,
Yeah.
they rent that from us now. So, and I haven't even been in there in the last 3 years or so. We went there one time just when it first opened, you know. But yeah.
When you
it's,
say we, was that you and your wife?
No.
So she'd be
No.
bending your ears.
No,
and
no,
get
my
out
kids
of
and
it.
I. My kids and I, we went there.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, the show is nearly coming to an end, but before we finish, I want to pass the show over to you. Is there anything you want to say to the audience? Anything you want to say to me? Think, do you know what, guys? I've lived here a long time. Maybe you want to just give them some words of wisdom or anything like that. You know, is there anything you want to say to the guys out there watching? This guy's been here 50 years. First open beer bar in the whole of Thailand, in the whole of Pattaya, sorry. You've been married 50 years. You've gone and seen all this city evolve into the city that we recognise right now. And you know, you've seen it. You've been here. You've done it. You've got the T-shirt. You've got the books. Anything you want to say to the guys?
No, I'm just thankful for a good life, you know. And I think everybody could have the same life if they make the effort, you know. Just try to be nice to each other, you know. Love the ones you're with, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, we did mention once about you were going to write, well, not write, but you've been asked many times to write a book.
Yeah.
You should do it.
Yeah, I think somebody's already written that Monday #1. I think it's
Well, I won't tell you that. Do you know Billy Makin? He's got books. I won't tell you what the titles of them are called. But yeah, I mean, it's just I'm not often lost for words, but I've got to say, sitting next to you, you know, you've been here almost as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
And you've seen so many changes. You're so humble with it. You know,
yeah, you got to be. You got to be living this country. You got to be humble, man.
Well, all I can say, sir, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much indeed.
All
It's
good,
been a
man.
real pleasure.
Appreciate it,
Guys,
brother.
listen.
Thank you.
I could sit here and listen to BJ stories for hours and hours and hours. I really could. Come down here to BJ Holiday Inns. It's on Soi 3. It's a fantastic location because we're far enough out of all the action that you can get a good night's sleep without any disruption, but also you're on both BART bus circuits, so Beach Road and you've got Second Road. The BART buses go around the big circle, so you can hop on there, you can hop on up there. It's very, very easy to get around this city. You know, it really is a fantastic location, but most importantly, when you want the quiet of the evening, you got it here. It really is lovely. And of course, I reckon with a long arm, we could probably hit the beach with a stone from here. What do you reckon?
Almost.
Almost.
And we've got a nice pool too.
Yeah.
You can do laps in it. It's not a shallow end or a deep end. You know,
okay.
And the restaurant, we've got a great restaurant here going. You know,
fantastic. Well, what we'll do is we'll put a link to the hotel. Guys, come and stay here. Just to meet this guy. Come and stay here. Come and meet this man. Talk about, you know, he's a lovely guy. He's very, very approachable. Talk about all the situation that you've gone through.
Yeah, I've seen a few. Yeah,
seen a few. All right, well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed part 1 and part 2 as I have. It's been an absolute pleasure. It really, really is. That's it from us today. Unfortunately, that's come to an end. What I may well do is I might come back and see you in a 6 months' time once we got through all this, and let's see where we are. See if you're still doing your chicken fried rice on a Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Brilliant.
And golfing on Tuesday.
Golfing on? Well, you're not golfing, are you? You're having a sip.
Every Tuesday.
You're having a sip.
No, I play golf too.
Brilliant. All right, that's it from us, guys. Thank you so much indeed for watching. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. Check out our Discord group. We've got more and more members on there now, over 11,300 new members on this. So get on there, have a look. And if you'd like to support the channel and the work that we do, there is a link in the description below. Membership starts from as little as 89 pence per month. All right, that's it for us. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Man.
Thank you. Guys, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.
Yeah.